Hi there guys, this video is all about your YouTube video settings. So the settings when you upload your videos. In this lesson we'll look at optimizing the settings for video uploads, when to publish your videos, what to do immediately after uploading your videos, and then which boxes should be ticked off and which options should be checked. Alright, so first thing we can look at is our settings. You want to make sure that your video category is selected, and then you should select the language of your video. So if we head over to YouTube, we can see that we have these options in our advanced settings tab. So we go to basic info, and this is that video that we prepared in the previous video with our title, description, tags, and our thumbnail. And now to continue with the upload process of this video, we'll go to the advanced settings, and then we'll select a category. So this is an example videos, but it's based on travel. So we'll go through the category section here and look for one that's most applicable, and travel and events fits that quite well. So we'll select the travel and events category here. If you have a gaming video, you will have to, or you should type in the game title in this box over here. It says game title, and then you can select whichever game it is from the drop down after that. So that just categorizes your video into that specific game, so people can search for that game title, and then your video can appear in those search results then as well. So we're going to go with travel for this video, and our title and our video is, let's go with English. So we'll go to the video language option and then select a language that's applicable. So there's 193 other languages that we can go through, English or German. I'm going to go with English. If your video doesn't have any language elements, then just go ahead and click not applicable. All right, so we've got English selected, and we can go through to the next setting, which is to select the optimum time to publish your video. So the optimum time to publish your video to your specific audience is either when they are most active or 4 hours prior to them being at their most active point. So generally your audience would be most active at around 6 p.m. local time. So if the majority of your audience is based in mainland Europe, then you should publish your videos either at 6 p.m. Central European time or 4 hours prior to 6 p.m. So 2 p.m. Central European time. And that's the same if they're in Australia. You should publish it either then at 6 p.m. Australian time or 2 p.m. Australian time. So you'll just have to work out the time difference and where your audience is by going into analytics. And you can also view the last 48 hours and just take notes of when your audience is most active. So for a couple of days, you can keep an eye out in that last 48 hours and see when you start to get a little bit of a peak. So when the line starts going straight and then goes up a bit, you want to make a note of when the most people are watching your video. And if that falls around a specific time, then you can either publish it at that time, because that's when they're most active, or 4 hours prior to that time. And this 4 hours prior just allows YouTube to process your video, and any viewers that catch that at first and click through, that will then just help that video gain a bit of momentum, so that when your most active time comes around, your most active subscribers and active viewers and audience members will already be prepped to watch that video. So YouTube will already push that then to those viewers, and you can then capitalize on that initial push when you launch your video. So to set your time, if you aren't going to be publishing it exactly at that time, you can schedule your videos. So we can go back into our upload bar here, and under the basic info tab, we have the option here of publishing your video. So you want to publish your video as public if you're going to publish it immediately, and you want people to be able to see your video. So public makes your video visible to everyone on the platform. The unlisted option is only visible to people who have the link to your video. and private videos only you can see. So unlisted is good for if you've got a website and you want to embed videos on your website, but you don't want them to be viewable on YouTube, or if people just search for them on YouTube, or if you've made a video for a particular client or something like that and you want to use YouTube as the hosting site to show them this particular video. So you can then use that, mark it as unlisted, and then just share this link. So this is the video link right here, and then just share that link with whoever you want to see this video. But generally you want to go with public so that your video can be found on search. This is an SEO course, so your videos generally want to be found. And now what you can also do is then go with scheduled, and now your video will be scheduled at whichever day you want to schedule it, the time. So if you can either go with your time and do the maths yourself, or you can look at which time zone your audience falls under. So if we go with we can go and look for let's go and look for a European. I'm not sure what European time is in GMT. Let me just go and look for Amsterdam, Berlin. Okay, plus 1 hour GMT. So that'll be Central European time, is just 1 hour plus 1 hour. So this will now publish at, let's go and make this 2 p.m. so that this video gets enough time to actively get all of our subscribers there at 6 p.m. So we can then select, let's go with Saturday. You can pick whichever date you want here that's available in the future here. So we can either go with today, or that's in the past now, sorry, it's 2 p.m. It's already 5 o'clock my time. So we can go then, either publish it today at 6, or we can publish it tomorrow then at 2, so it can gain that momentum. So we'll leave it then for November 2nd then for 2 p.m. and we've got that time zone there, so we can select another times we want. So if our audience is in Sydney, we can then have it that our audience views this video at 2 p.m. Sydney time. And when these videos are then published, they will be public. They won't be unlisted or private if you schedule them. So they're published at that time publicly. All right, so that is how to schedule your videos at the optimum time. Let me just go back to our slides. The next settings we want to look at is to add translations. And now this is a little bit more of a picky one. If you have the ability to translate your video titles, if the video has information that is universal for different languages, then you can do that as well. If you have that possibility, possibly someone that works in your business that can speak multiple languages, you have a dedicated translator, or if you yourself can speak multiple languages or write in multiple languages, then you can go ahead and add some translations. So we'll click the translations tab at the top here. You can select which language the original title and description is, and then you'll select whichever language you want to translate to in the drop-down menu here. So this video has no translations, so we'll go and add a new one by clicking the Add New Language button. And then we can select some languages here. So we've got some most used languages, or we can just go through here. And then let's go with French. And we can go and pick whichever one. So let's just go with General French. Add that language. And then we can type in the title here in French, or the description, and the description here in French. And then that'll be saved automatically. And we can add another language if we want. So go German, and now I've got 2 different translations here once we've added the title and the description. Now a good way to get a large variety of these languages translated is to use the TubeBuddy extension. However, this is one of the paid tools with TubeBuddy, so you will need to upgrade to the Legend subscription, I believe. So you'll need to go and click the upgrade button and pay for that. Otherwise, you can just leave this as it is. It's not exactly that necessary, because if you're targeting a specific audience, they generally will have that. If you're making your videos in English, you're generally going to be targeting an English market. But if your videos don't have much vocals, much explanation required, so if you've got DIY tutorial videos, then you can go ahead and translate your videos into multiple languages. look on your analytics to see which countries you get the most views from, to see which languages would be the most applicable to translate to, so you can capitalize on views in those specific countries. So that's just optimizing your SEO for that specific languages. All right, so and you'll notice that the tags don't get translated as well. So if you are going to be targeting different countries' languages, you could then go ahead and remove some of these tags that you are not getting views or not getting ranked for, and then include one or two key phrases in that specific language. You can either search for them yourself, or that's another one of the paid features using TubeBuddy. Alright, so the next setting we're going to look at is to add your video to at least 2 relevant playlists. So to do this, we are going to be on the basic screen, and then this drop down here, add to playlist, we'll click on, and now the playlist that you have will appear, and you'll then just select at least 2 relevant playlists. So none of these are relevant. I'll go ahead and make a playlist. So you'll just type in, if you want to create one, you'll just type it in over here. If you've got many playlists and that's quite difficult to search through, you can just go and type in the search bar here what your playlist is. But we're going to create one, and let's just go with France, or let's go with, what is it, vacation travel guide. So we're going to go with vacation travel guides as one playlist, and then just make sure that this is public so that it can also get found in search, and hit the create button. Now you can see that one's been selected automatically, and we need another one. So let's go create new playlist, and then this one can be things to do in France, and public, and then hit the create button. Okay, things to do in France and vacation travel guides. Both of them are ticked off, and you can see that 2 playlists are included there. So now when this video gets published at 2 p.m. Sydney time on Saturday, it will be published as well to these 2 playlists as well. And now let's go back to our slide and look at some more settings that we can use to optimize our video. We want to set the recording date for the video. Enter the video's location if that option is available. So sometimes the video location option appears in the settings tab, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, then you can just ignore that, or try and include it after uploading your video if a video location is relevant. Make sure that the allow embedding box is checked, and make sure that the publish to subscriptions feed and allow notifications to subscribers box is checked. So where are these 4 options? Go to YouTube again, click on the advanced settings button, and we can find them here. So the first thing we have is the recording date. We can either select today if we made this video today. If this video was recorded 2 months ago, or whenever we feel that this will be applicable, we can go ahead and select this date. This is more relevant for news stories, or for when a date would play a major role in the video. So for most cases, the recording date does not have that much of an effect, or it's not that important. So we can just go and select whichever date it was that we recorded this video. So let's say we did it yesterday. We'll go and select that date, and then we can leave that as it is. The location option would appear around here as well, and then we can just go and type in the location that this video appeared in if we have that option. And now the 2 boxes that you want to have checked is these distribution options over here. So you want to allow embedding, and that just means that your videos can appear on websites or on external websites, and that just means that you can get extra views without having to do anything yourself. So if a blogger or a large website sees your video and it fits with an article that they wrote, and they're not violating any of your content, they may feel that it provides more value to their content. They'll go ahead and embed your video, or they may embed your video on that website, and then readers of their website will, if they watch that video, your video will then get that view. It'll increase your video's performance because you're getting more views. And if you have monetization activated and ads, they may also then see ads on that video, and you'll get that revenue. So there's no real downside for having this option enabled. And then the publish subscriptions feed and notify subscribers option is very important in terms of getting that initial push. So if this option isn't checked, then your subscribers and people that have hit the bell are not going to be notified of your video. Now, of course, YouTube doesn't notify all of your subscribers and sometimes also people that hit the notification bell, but by having this option unchecked, it won't be pushed to anyone. It won't be published to anyone's subscription feed, notifications, or anything like that. So you want to make sure that this is checked in order to get that initial push. Some more options that we see around here is just some license rights. So if you have a Creative Commons, if your video is for Creative Commons purposes, you can select Creative Commons. If you don't want any comments to appear in the video, you can just deselect the allow comments option, and then there's some other options here. Either allow all comments, hold some potentially inappropriate comments for review, or you can hold all the comments for review. I generally just click the hold potentially inappropriate comments for review, as the YouTube system does pick out some spam quite easily, so we can just keep that one selected. And then sort by top comments or newest ones. Generally, top comments are best because these are the ones that get upvoted, and these are the ones that people want to see or they like to see. And when someone comments on your video and provides value and people start liking it, that can help provide your video with that extra bit of value. So if people provide value in the comments, that's also a good thing for your video. Okay, so down here we've got age restrictions, and that is just if your video is not appropriate for children or viewers under the age, you can just click this button and it won't be shown to underage users. All right. And then your content declaration, you just want to include this if your video contains any paid promotions. So product placements, sponsorships, endorsements. If you're being paid to promote a product, you want to make sure that this is clicked, depending on the legal disclosures required in your country. So whichever applicable laws you have, you may or may not need to have this ticked. All right, so if you don't have any, just keep this box unticked. Most of the time you'll have that box unticked if you don't do many paid promotions. So next up, we're going to look at what you should do after uploading your videos. So let's just go first to our video and then just publish it or upload it. So I'm just going to mark this one as unlisted first so that I can show you. I'm just marking it as unlisted so that any subscribers will not see this video when I do publish it now. So just click the publish button there or the schedule button. Our translations here are just forgot to get rid of that translation, and now that should disappear. Has it disappeared? Just wait for YouTube to make some changes. Okay, so if it's scheduled, you'll see you'll just click the publish button on when it's supposed to be scheduled. If it's public, you can publish it immediately. But now for this tutorial, I'm just going to go with unlisted and then publish it as unlisted. Alright, so our video is now published. What we can do is either watch our video, make sure that everything is as it should be, but now after uploading, we want to make sure that our keywords have been included in our transcription. So to do that, we'll click on our video. Let me just pause it. So this is not the content in the video is not, this is just an example, so pay no attention to that video playing. We can look quickly that everything is as it should be. So our description looks good. We've got a good amount of information. We've got a link there. And then these links would also make sure that these links are all correct. And then we've got our hashtags at the bottom there, our categories selected. So everything looks good in terms of that. Our title is good. Our hashtags you'll see appear right here at the top now because we've included them in our description. So that's why we can have them right at the bottom, because they automatically appear right above our title. And now to edit our transcription of this video, we are going to open up the edit video button here. And now let that upload into our YouTube Studio. And now we can look at our transcription. So we are here on our basic video screen again. This one's slightly different to the upload screen because we are in the YouTube Studio beta now, but the information is generally all the same. So on the left, we have a few options. We're going to click on the transcriptions button. And now you can see YouTube has automatically given us an English transcription because that's what our video's language was. And we can now just go and click the options button and then go edit on Classic Studio. And now we can view our transcriptions. So now these won't have our keywords in them anyway, so I can show you how to edit them. We'll click the edit button, wait for it to load, and now we can go through all of these transcriptions and change whatever we may need to. So let's just go and say we had our title here. Hey guys, in this video we're going to share the 10 best places to visit in France other than Paris. And then that was the first 5 seconds. The next 5 seconds we can go and say something like, then stick around, and grab a coffee or whatever we said at the beginning of our video. Then just make sure that it's been transcribed correctly in our captions here. So if someone has the captions on, they will be able to see what our transcription here is. And then once we're happy that everything is, all the grammar is correct and everything here is good, they can go and you can click the Save Changes button, and our transcription will be done. Alright, so that'll take a few seconds to publish. If you want to add a new language, you can then go and click whichever language you want to include and then go through that process again. Alright, so we can then go and look at what next we can do, and that is to make sure that a relevant video or relevant videos are selected in the end screen cards, and the subscription button is present in the end screen card. So to adjust your end screen cards, what we need to do is go back to our video. So once we have our video here, we'll go to the details button. Let's just reload this page. And yes, we can see here that our transcription has now been included by the creator. So that's now our revised transcription or our revised caption. So we'll click the details button, and we're back on this screen with our title, description, thumbnails, and tags. We can see our file name is also there, which is just a good thing to note, that you should include your main keyword in your file name here. And now to change our end screen, we'll click the end screen button over here. So just open that up, and that'll open up in a new window. And you can either go through these templates here, or you can just start adding elements by clicking the Add Element button. So make sure that a video is present here. We can then use a template. Easiest way is just to grab a template here. Now this is just a video or playlist you can select, and that circle would be your subscribe button that would appear at the end of your video. So we'll select something that looks good or that works with our video, and this one over here is good with our subscribe button. And then we've got 2 video options to give the viewer 2 options that they could possibly view after watching our video. We'll go and select that one, and I can see our subscribe button is there, and then we can choose a video. So we can either subscribe to our channel, or we can subscribe to another channel. So if we've collaborated with someone and they're also in this video, we can then go and click the channel and then create, and then pick whichever channel it is that we're collaborating with, and they can also, their icon will also appear here. So if you want to rearrange these things, you can just drag them, and then their icon can also appear there if we go and type their channel name into, let's go with W possibly. Let's go and pick Peter McKinnon maybe. Okay, so you can see that Peter McKinnon's subscription buttons there. So if you collaborated with Peter McKinnon, you can then go ahead and add his subscription button in there as well. But we did not do that, so let's go and remove that. So just click the recycle button, drag my subscribe button down to the middle again, and now we can select the two videos that we want to appear, or the two playlists. So we'll click the edit element button again, and we can either pick that YouTube automatically shows the most recent upload of the channel, or YouTube automatically will then pick the most suitable video for the viewer based on YouTube's algorithm, or you can pick a video that'll show, or playlist that'll show all the time on that, in that specific spot. So we'll go with playlist. Let's just go with things to do in France to appear on the left. And because now we've got this little warning sign here, because only this one video, this actual video is the one in that playlist, so it does not want us to do that. So we'll just go and select a video. So we'll just go with two of these videos that are on the channel, and then we can select the other one and have both of those appear there. Or we can have YouTube automatically select the most recent upload, which is generally one of the things I do recommend. So you can select something that's related to this particular video, and then have YouTube either select the most recent upload or the best for viewer option on the other option. If you want to have two, you can also include more elements, I think up to 4. So you'll then just go ahead and add some more videos elements here, and those will then just load in. So we'll move that one down, and you'll see when they encroach on another element, it'll show some red markings. So just make sure that everything's good and there are no encroaching areas. And then before you leave the end screen section, you want to make sure that your end screens are appearing at the right time. So you can see the video duration here. Your end screens can go up to 2 minutes. I mean up to 20 seconds, pardon me. So if you've got about a 10-second window where you want to show the videos, you'll then just go and drag these bars to appear at that time point. So 3:19, we can move them all down to the 3:19 section. And now if we want to show our subscribe button to appear first for, let's say, 3 seconds longer, we can then go and make our subscribe button appear here 3 seconds before the others. So just grab the subscribe button, so make sure that out of the 9 to 5 here, or whichever your channel name is, that subscribe button is then, we just drag it, and then you can pull it to that 3 seconds beforehand. And now if you watch this video, if you play it back, it'll be you can view here that you see you can view it, and you can see the subscribe button pops up, and then 3 seconds later the other videos will pop up. So these ones over here are automatic generated ones, so those boxes will appear like this one did at that time point as well, and not beforehand. So that's just an example there for the placeholder. When you're done, click the save button, and then your end cards are saved. Alright, so next up we want to look at your cards. Make sure that you have some cards linking to relevant videos, or any links if you have a website that has been associated with your YouTube channel and you want to link to your website for whatever reason. You can then include these in cards as well. So to do this, we'll go to this basic section again, and then go to the card section here. Now this will again take us to another window, and now we can just go and select along our video timeline where we want to place a card. So let's say we want to place a card around the 1 minute mark. We can just scroll down to 1 minute, or we can do that on this timeline at the bottom here. We can then click the add card button, So video or playlist, a channel, a poll. So this is to promote another channel. This isn't a subscription button. You can have a poll if you want to ask some viewers a question and see what they think about a specific topic. And if you have your associated website, you can then link it over here as well. So for this channel, I haven't done that yet, but you can link yours then here by just clicking the create button and then adding the link. So let's add a video. We'll click create button. Let's just add that video right here into the 1 minute mark. And now you'll see that here we've got this I button that appears in the top of the video. And that just means that cards are visible. So this is the first card. If we add more cards, we can just scroll to whichever point and they'll appear underneath this one. So let's add another card. Let's go and add this other video. And I can see that that card is also there. So if you're watching this video, let's just make this one. So that one dragged the time a little bit incorrectly there. So make that at 1 minute. So now you can see that this first card is at 1 minute and the second card is at 1 minute 46. So if you want to add a message, so this one over here is about Instagram, we can go and say something like, get your Insta tips, and this will then appear in the message, and this one will be easiest, Instagram hashtags. And that'll appear when you click the pop-out bar. So that this teaser text will appear when you are watching past this section of the video. So if we just play this back, you can see that it then appears. You get your Insta tips, so that just catches someone's eye if they are watching this video, and then they'll click that, and then you can see here that we've got this little bit of a description for what this is. So the easiest Instagram hashtags, for example. All right, so you want to add any relevant cards to your video straight after uploading your video, so that anyone can then go from that video to wherever you are trying to direct them by using your cards and using your end screens. So in summary, you want to publish your videos when your audience is most active, or 4 hours prior to when they are most active. Complete all the applicable settings options that are available in the advanced settings, translate tab, and the basic settings. And you want to review your transcript and make sure that there are no errors. If there are, then fix them. And then include cards and an end screen for viewers to continue watching, subscribe, visiting your website, etc., etc. That is it for this lesson. I am going to see you in the next one.